Friendos, check it out. We got the 2 new Glossier You perfumes. We have Reve, and then we have Doux. Doux. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It is D-O-U-X. If you know how to pronounce it, leave it in the comment section. And spoiler alert, you guys, I feel like these 2 are going to be the most hyped perfumes of the fall season. I know we're early in for that, but instinctually, that's what I think the 2 of the season are going to be. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right on in. So I did get both of these yesterday. Me and my sister got to test them out, and you guys, you're not going to be disappointed. These both pack a punch. They're bursting with projection. They have plenty of longevity, just like the original. However, there are some differences. And if you're excited for this one, if you like perfume videos, please don't hesitate. Go ahead and hit subscribe. And guys, stay tuned. So let's get into the fragrance notes. So for Reve, according to Fragrantica, the top note here is buttercream. Middle notes are almond, sandalwood, iris, and plum. And the base is ambroxan and ambrette. And that's going to be the base for all Glossier You perfumes. If you're wondering if the original You DNA will be found in here, yes, it will. Then for Doux. We have violet in the opening, then we have Palo Santo, then frankincense, the myrrh, and lastly, of course, ambroxan and ambrette. So I want to be real with you guys. I feel like Reve is not exactly what is written on Fragrantica. And I know a lot of people were really wanting that buttercream in the beginning. So let me tell you, I actually do smell buttercream, but it definitely doesn't come in the beginning. The first spray that I get with this smells exactly like cinnamon candy. Yeah. That's precisely what I smell. It's only after about 10 minutes of this sitting on my skin that I smell the buttercream come through. The almond, the sandalwood, the iris, and the plum, it's all there, and it's a very potpourri-ish type scent. My sister and I both agree that both of these have a slightly warming, cozy home feel to them that reminds us both of like a luxe potpourri. Of the 2, this one is going to be a little bit more gourmand, and I also feel like there's more spices in this one than the other one, and I don't think that they're all listed here. I smell cloves in here. I definitely smell star anise. Cinnamon, like I said, definitely smell cinnamon candies. Oh yeah, and I'm wearing this stupid hat because my hair looks like crap, but I'm gonna fix it this weekend. We'll have a reveal next week. All right, and then Doux is very interesting. Actually, both of them are. I feel like both of these are so original. I don't have anything extremely similar in my collection. I do have some that are similar, but there's not a single perfume that I know of that I would be like, oh, that's a dupe. But I do have some similar ones to talk about here at the end. So this one does remind me of Reve. It's a little bit more peppery though. So let me spray it. So the first thing I smell is actually the myrrh, and the myrrh in here is quite citrusy. It reminds me a little bit of orange peel or possibly pomelo peel. Then it graduates into the violet. Then we start to smell the Palo Santo about 10 minutes in. And then after it's settled on the skin for 30 minutes, that's when I smell the original DNA, the ambroxan and the ambrette. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video. So even though I said that this one is a little bit more peppery, like I smell pink pepper, I smell black pepper in here too. Also smell star anise. There is no denying that. This one is less gourmand, you know, it's less fruity. And I feel like this one, there's something about it that feels very clean girlish, but also fall vibes. And that's kind of hard to pull off. So if you're looking for something to wear into the office during the fall months and still feel the autumn vibes, this one is going to be your girl. If you are going to wear this into the office though, 1 or 2 sprays, guys, because these are so strong. If you have the original, then you know how it works. This one is far less sweet than Reve, and it's far less floral than Glossier You. So both of these have a softer, more cozy feel than the original. So if we want to compare these to the original, yes, the DNA is there, but they are very different. So I would say both of these kind of have a softer, more cozy feel that really remind me a lot of Ode to Dullness by Juliette Has a Gun. Now, I got that last year. I loved it. A lot of people weren't wowed by it, but I feel like these are Ode to Dullness with more oomph. In the original You, the iris and the pepper are quite sharp. There's no sharp edge to either of these. These settle very softly. Again, it's a very comforting, warming, cozy feeling when you are wearing the both of these. And if you are interested in checking this one out, because it is one of my favorites for the fall time, the notes listed are cashmere wood, Wood, Sandalwood, Star Nice, and Tonka Bean. So my one critique for both of the new Glossier You perfumes is please improve the packaging. The price has gone up on these. They are more expensive now. And this is the little box that they came in. It's not horrible, but they could do a little bit better. So my guys, I feel like that's all that I really need to say about the two new You perfumes, other than I will say, I feel like the projection on these kind of dies down over time to around 2 feet. But when you first put this on, it lights up the room. So that's worth noting. You don't want to spray this right before you walk into an elevator with people. I got around 10 to 12 hours worth of wear time on this. Now I did go anosmic. I thought that it was gone, but my editor kept asking what my sister and I were wearing all day. He even asked, they smell a little bit different, but are they the same? He's like, I really like it. It smells really good. So we do have at least one man who thinks that these smell great. But yeah, let's get into comparison time. I'm not gonna linger on this. I've said enough, but I feel like this is the closest perfume that I have to the both of these. Next up, while Reve sounds very gourmand and delectable, it is a gourmand. However, it's not that super sweet, over-the-top gourmand that you would get in Cheirosa 62. This is one of my absolute favorites to wear during the colder season because it does have that pistachio, the salted caramel. It's just warm, inviting, rich. It makes you smell like a snack, girl. And it's so cheap and it lasts on your skin. Y'all, this right here, this little spray is so much better than the actual perfume. And you know, usually perfumes are the ones that are gonna last on your skin the longest. They're gonna project the farthest. No, this one does it so much better than the actual perfume. So just skip out on that fancy packaging, skip out on the hefty price tag, and get this one instead. Next up is the Kamra Twins. Now, I'm actually missing a twin. I don't know what happened to it. I feel like Kamra Kawa is the one that's more similar to Reve because it does have the dates. It's a little bit more spicy than the original Kamra, but really there's hardly any difference between those two perfumes. So if you have one, you'll get a similar feel to Reve, I'll say. Also guys, I keep seeing this advertised on sale. It's going cheaper and cheaper. This is my absolute cheapest perfume that I think smells so expensive. Like where there's the biggest amount of contrast between the price that I paid and what it smells like. The Kamra Twins cannot be beat when it comes to a gourmand cold weather scent. And I've been seeing some flack online lately about how Middle Eastern perfumes are not good, but the only people that I have ever seen complain about these perfumes have never tried them. I don't mean all Middle Eastern Arabian perfumes in general, but specifically the Kamra Twins. Yeah, most people are like, there's no way that they smell that good. They're so cheap, blah, blah, blah. I tried this perfume or I tried that perfume and it just wasn't good. Okay, try this. It's worth the little $40 that you're gonna pay to try it out, and most places will let you send it back if you don't like it anyways. So I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on this. And then lastly, the perfume that reminds me the most of DOUX is gotta be Maison Louis Marie number 4 Bois de Balancourt. This right here has that same beautiful sandalwood. Now this one, some of you tell me that you get a scent of dill in here, and I can kind of see it. Some sandalwood can give off a dill vibe. I personally don't really smell dill. I mean, maybe a little bit, not much. This one is definitely a little bit fresher, a little bit more clean girl, I feel like, than this. However, this one is definitely a little bit more fall time than this one. All right, my guys, I know this one was a short one, but I really wanted to get this video out there and tell you about these two new perfumes while I had time in my schedule. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you've sampled these, if you picked them up, or if you plan to. Very curious to know what the hive mind is thinking. So my guys, if you enjoyed today's video, if you liked hanging out here and talking about all the beautiful perfumes for fall time, well then please go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right guys, have a fabulous weekend. Bye.